and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. Ladies, I hail D. And joining me on set today is Sheyi, Mercy, and Mary. How did that feel?
Oh, well, it feels good. I mean, this is my first time listening to the anthem from start to finish. So it felt really good, not bad.
How about you, Mercy?
It felt like I was in church, like it was a
Yeah.
hymn kind of stuff. Very, when you go to these Orthodox churches where they sing hymn and all of that, that's how I felt.
Mercy, how about you? Mary, sorry.
I'm a little bit indifferent.
I like that.
Yeah, an anthem is an anthem, so I couldn't really care less.
All right.
But nice.
As you can tell, right, we try to put our 2 cents inside things that are trending.
Yeah.
And currently, the buzz and the conversations all around the national anthem is what you find all over. Like, social media is awash that we had to speak the English.
Everywhere you see it.
With the national anthem. I've seen so many skits, comedy skits, different kinds of skits. So we want to discuss the national anthem, right? And here's what we found as today's quote. It says, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." This was from Marcus Garvey. What do you think about this quote? No culture, no past history, no origin. It's like you're a tree without roots. Is that true?
Yes, I most definitely agree with that, because you need to be groundly rooted in something, which is for us culture, upbringing and all of that. So I think it's very important. And if you don't have where you're coming from, then how do you even know where you're going?
Absolutely.
True, okay,
Go
just
ahead.
to add to what Mary said, it reminds me of the African proverb that says, a river that forgets its source will soon dry out. So if we do not remember our source, if we forget our culture, it will go extinct. So we need to do the right things and preserve our culture.
So in my head, I'm asking questions. I don't have answers. I'm wondering. I'm asking if, that's the reason why we're singing the old national anthem. Is that why we went back? Because we want to understand our root. That's what my mind is trying to understand.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
raising my head, yeah.
It could be the reason. But also, again, I also agree with that. Very, very important. I think I found myself recently feeling some type of way and making some statement. I remember stumbling. I don't know what it was I was reading or writing. I don't know the conversation I was having, but I remember, looking at a book. I saw the cover of the book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. And I, quickly tweeted, because sometimes when I have thoughts like that, I either tweet on my Twitter page or, just go on my WhatsApp story and then update something. And then I said, I think that it's important that, this book is made compulsory. It's introduced in our curriculum. And someone, brought conversation saying, we should move past that. And I said, I thought that people need to understand, read this book to just have an understanding of where we were as a people, as Africans. I think that would also shape the whole Japa syndrome and what have you.
Absolutely. We're going to touch a lot on that, right? So the recent decision by the Nigerian government to revert to the old national anthem, Nigeria, we hail thee, has sparked a lively debate among citizens. Signed into law by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu through the National Anthem Bill 2024, this shift marks a return to the anthem that resonated with the nation from its independence in 1960 until 1978. So, of course, you already know it's our Ladies' Night Out, and we want to discuss the topic, Nigeria reverts to the old national anthem. I would really want to hear your thoughts, and when we open our phone lines, we'd love to hear what you have to say about the old national anthem, the new national anthem. Are you part of the people that are for it or against it? But first, let's go on a break. When we come back from that break, I want to see what we found in today's news.
Efficiency in terms of electricity distribution. People should be able to see this power being generated. When you see that power is generated, you wouldn't really complain in payment. However, the hike in price was quite sudden. Yeah, they made clarifications that it only affects about 1.9 million Nigerians that about 10 million more are still under subsidy. And it begs the question, are they not Nigerians? The so-called 1.9, are they not entitled to some form of subsidy? This should happen in phases, not outright like 200% increase. That is so, will I say, uncalled for. And looking at the fact that subsidy has been removed on petroleum products like a year ago, bringing about this one now makes it difficult for everybody at the same time.
The fact is, truly, we've never had stable power. It's just like talking about financial literacy. I don't have money, so I should learn about money.
Exactly.
In the same vein, I don't have lights, and you're talking about me effectively managing lights. When I have power, I'm excited.
Exactly.
Put everything on.
Right.
We all turn to ice block. Let there be light. Right? So sometimes it feels like there is a tunnel vision around the challenges and the realities. Then you just pick one minute part of it and you hold on to it. It doesn't say that the thing you said is not valid, but there's context, right? So the challenges that we're facing today, we've kicked the can down the road for so long. Everything has now come to roost all at the same time. Plus subsidy on power, plus electricity, plus exchange rate. So the Nigerian consumer, let me not say the poor Nigerian consumer, the Nigerian consumer right now, we need to breathe.
You're still watching Ways Down, the International Day of the Potato, observed annually on the 30th of May, celebrates the global significance of the potato as a staple food crop. Originating in the Andean region of South America, the potato has become a vital source of nutrition worldwide, contributing to food security and economic stability in many countries. Now, the day highlights the potato's role in combating hunger and malnutrition, promoting sustainable agriculture, and recognizing the cultural and historical importance of this versatile tuber. Now, this serves as an opportunity to raise awareness about the challenges and the opportunities in potato cultivation and the need for innovation in agricultural practices to ensure a resilient and sustainable food system. So, International Potato Day. Who is a potato fan here?
Team Yam here.
What is Team Yam? Who is a potato fan here?
I'm a potato fan.
I'm a potato fan,
I'm a
actually.
potato fan.
Anything, see, let me tell you something.
You are missing out.
Let me show you one thing. See, this potato, avoid me. When I was pregnant.
You're craving it.
It's not a crave. My sister will sit down, she will peel like, you know those, so if you divide those baskets into like maybe 4 or something, that size, she'll peel everything, she'll fry it. I will sit on one sitting.
Irish or
That's
sweet?
Irish. That's how much.
Wow.
This potato, I say, avoid me. I was like this.
You're such a fan of
I
potato.
love potatoes.
Wow, nice.
I
I'm
love
not a
potatoes.
fan.
Like, and I don't
Yeah.
like the processed one. I like the. Have you tasted potato from Jos?
What do you mean by the processed one?
You know the
Fried?
processed one, the fries. I don't like that. Those ones are tasteless.
Oh.
If you taste potato from Jos,
Boiled
Just potato.
Just
what they
you will abandon your
Oh, really?
yam.
It's called
So,
just
like,
potato.
yeah.
You know what I said? You will abandon your yam.
No, justice for yam. When International Day of Yam, I must be on set that day. Justice for yam lovers.
I'm with you, don't worry.
Yeah,
Thank
so but
you.
potatoes are amazing. Honestly, they've come to stay. Did you see the Lace advert with what's his name, David Beckham, when they were advertising? That was one of the most brilliant ads I've seen in a long time.
Which one's that?
Lace, no game. Go and check.
He was
it out.
with
It's
someone.
potatoes. Though.
It was
Lace
a
is
football.
potato,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
lazy
think I watched it.
potatoes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lazy potatoes.
But for some strange reason, I don't like anything. If the
it's
potato I
processed.
like is that one that they just raw, peel, fry. That's all.
And it was a sweet
We
one.
need to move on.
I like the Irish one.
Irish, no, Irish. That's the
It's
one I
Irish she
want.
loves.
Yeah, Irish I love.
Oh,
Alright.
which one is the big one?
No, you can have big sizes Irish. Oh. It depends on where you're getting it from. That's why I said go to Jos.
Okay.
Order from
I'll
Jos.
go to just.
All right, quickly, who are we starting with? Let me start with you.
Shay. All right.
Yeah, what's your news?
Okay, so what did I find in the news? Commuters to enjoy free train rides on Abuja Metro Line till end of year. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday announced that Nigerians and other commuters would enjoy free train rides on the Abuja Metro Line until the end of the year. The president made this declaration while flagging off the relaunch of commercial operations on the Abuja Light Rail. In the remarks of the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, he noted that while the Metro Line was initially inaugurated in 2018, it lacked essential access roads and remained non-functional. He said that the project was actualized within 9 months under President Tinubu's administration. So I'm happy for the people who are in Abuja because they have free transportation for the main time till end of year. So according to this report, these train rides on Abuja Metro Line, it was initially inaugurated in 2018. But you know the way Nigeria is, there were some issues. And you know, when something goes bad, it is hard to go back to it to fix. Then 2020 came, COVID, and we just moved past it. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came and, you know, he continued the project. And they finally finished it. And
now it's going to run 6 months free.
Exactly, till end
let's
of the
see
year.
how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Maintenance is actually one of the biggest problems with some of these things. It's not so much of even building it. Like over the weekend, Kaduna, we had issues with the train. The train, it ran off the track. I mean, it went off the track. So let's see how that goes. All right, quickly, Messi, please. Okay, no, sorry, Messi doesn't have a what's in the news.
I don't have a what's.
Oh, you don't have. Oh, okay. So we're balling.
Okay, so what I was going to say finally
Quickly.
is I hope the operators that are running the train station actually stick to the no payment. You know, the people who are boarding the train. I hope they don't say, oh, we are doing more maintenance, so you have to pay, you know, a little amount of money. You know, it's the Nigerian thing to do. The government says
there will always be racketeering.
So let's just really hope that, you know, everybody
Why is it free
aligns.
for so long?
That's the question. Is that sustainable, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's just hope.
I saw this post and I found it quite interesting, and I think it would be nice for us to even have it as a topic. It says China bans excessive display of wealth on social media.
Wow.
What do you think? That's just the news. There's
So
not
what do
much
they
to-
define as excessive display of wealth on social media?
Right, because you can easily say that is relative,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What
I'm
is,
holding
what
an
is
iPhone
excessive
15,
to you might be
Exactly.
nothing to somebody else.
Yeah.
But I feel like social media, you know, especially Instagram. I mean, it's been proven that Instagram is the biggest platform of envy, right? It's the
Right.
biggest. Like literally, people
I
just
agree.
see somebody on Instagram and you want to be having palpitations in your house on top of somebody. So, but you agree that? So let's leave the debate on what is excessive.
Yeah.
Do you agree that there has to be a bit of curbing when it comes to what you can display on social media?
Why?
Oh well, it's
Especially
social
your-
media is your life. I mean,
Why?
I don't
The
like
whole
that
point
people.
is to be expressive.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of, you know, showing off, you know, what you have or what you don't have, or just, I'm not a fan of it. But it's social media. You don't have to, you can't restrict people from showing what they want to show. It's not your business.
See me rolling my eyes.
Because when
Mercy,
you
what
want
do you
to
think?
restrict me from posting what I want to post.
Well, I don't know. It varies, right? It depends on, you know, the reason for it. So, for instance, if we're saying China, we know that China and some other countries like North Korea, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
and other countries, they have very
Strict.
rash and strict policies,
Yeah.
we want to say. And some we want to describe them as having a closed economy. Some people would say China doesn't entirely, because they have a lot of regulation. They regulate what actually, you know, the behavior and activities of the people. I remember a time where I think I saw a post. It was in the news that it was banned that you could not, you know, laugh if someone had passed, or you could not laugh if the president was there. Yeah, just you could read them up. There are several, you know, laws and all of that. And, you know, for those of us who live in a democratic dispensation, you don't understand what that means. But truly, if you find yourself in this climb, you begin to say, yes, you would have to practice it. So for me, I just think that it depends on the rationale.
Yeah.
What's the essence? Why did they
I
say
think
that?
it's just because there's just too many things going on social media, in all honesty. You know, the young girl that her video went viral on the Honest Bunch podcast that was talking about 20
Oh,
million.
yes, I saw
I
it.
heard that her TikTok account was banned.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it
You know,
was.
you know. So you have to start to control certain things you say. Because we are complaining that there's a high rise in, what's it called, internet fraud and all these crimes, cyber crimes and all of those things. It's also part of, these are also part of the things if we want to be honest with ourselves, right? So, hey.
So,
But it's the same honesty that we thrive on. So I don't get. I don't know where you're going to be able to draw the line, between what people share and what they don't share, because it can be an inspiration. At the same time, it could be. It can demotivate you.
Somebody else.
Yeah,
so what you see and say, I want to aspire to be
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Somebody else will say, why is God, why is my life like this? Well,
but by default, we also need to also that people don't get to post their best. They get to post their best moments.
yeah,
online.
they don't
Yeah,
They don't
worst.
post.
True.
Once upon a time, those people who didn't have all those words that they're flaunting, they didn't post the times where they didn't have. For instance, right now, if you see Ronaldo or any of these players, Messi, once upon a time, if you cast your mind back and look at history, I'm not sure they were very, they didn't have the luxury of coming online and tweeting about where they were living, the shanties and
But
whatever.
now you can see
I don't know if
everything.
you understand. So, but I just think that, yes, as much as it's important for us to understand why we do the things that we do, it's also important to know that people would never always, we don't talk about weaknesses. We talk about our
Absolutely. We only
strengths.
talk about
We
the
put
good
about
stuff.
the best pictures.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
when you
the
cry
days
or you're
drinking
sad
Gary,
out
how many
there.
persons
People
post
now
Gary?
post crime
You only
videos on
post-
social media.
Yeah, but then you'll be condemned,
that's
basically.
That's
She's
content.
she's talking
I'm
about
talking about really,
Yeah.
real
really.
suffer.
You understand? When
Yeah.
the days you're drinking Gary and nobody's there, where you understand? Do you put it? So when you just chop one chicken, you come out and be stressing people all over the place.
My enemies.
Who wants to be
But I
stressed?
think it would be a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Oh. Okay, so we want to discuss our national anthem, right?
Hail thee.
Who is ready for this conversation? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We hail thee.
We hail
Stay with us.
thee.
We'll be right back.
In fact, if I have my way, I will bring back our old first national anthem. That describes us much, much better. I don't know why we change it. It's about service. It's about diversity. It's about commitment, the value our nation building.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, the decision of the government to revert to the old national anthem in Nigeria has sparked a range of reactions amongst Nigerians. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday signed the National Anthem Bill 2024, seeking to reinstate the old national anthem that Nigeria will hail thee into law, shifting from Arise, O Compatriot. Now, the Nigeria We Hail the Anthem was used from 1960 when Nigeria gained independence until it was replaced by Arise, O Compatriot in 1978. So, ladies, yeah. What are your thoughts? When you first heard the debate, I remember Messi ranting on X. I was just reading around. I said, Auntie, what they will do, they shall, and they have, But what are your thoughts on this? Yesterday, I took a story of Obi Ezekwesili saying that she was never going to find herself, singing this anthem as far as she's concerned. I've heard debates all over social media. I mean, I heard Jimmy Disu. I watched a clip of him. He had a conversation this morning on his radio show talking about the fact that it was the people that colonized us that created the old national anthem? Is it that we are so desperate and going back to our colonial masters and all of that? If not, what would make us want to think of going back to the people that colonized us instead of accepting an anthem that was created by our own people, which is the Arise, O Compatriot, right? So, I mean, so there are just too many angles, too many this, and some people are revolting, some people are rejecting. Yeah. But, you know, I then took out time to just even look at the lyrics of this anthem. In all honesty, for the first time I'm with Mary today, I'm actually very indifferent. Whatever people want to do, because I don't think that national anthem is our problem. At all. But let me hear your thoughts, ladies. You know, let me hear your thoughts. Let me start with you, Shay.
Okay, so let me start by ranting. So in my area, we've not had light for like 7 days. So you can imagine me waking up one day. You know, we've spent a lot of money on fuel, repairing our generator. Thankfully, we have an inverter, but I mean, we need electricity to power it, but there's no light, you know. And you can imagine me waking up to see that they are not only, you know, they are not put it out there to even get the buy-in of citizens. They have already implemented it to say, this is now our national anthem. Honestly, I was upset because I'm like, we are going through a lot. It's terrible. I mean, I can afford a generator, fuel, inverter,
solar panels.
Yes. And we are going to create, or we are going back to the old national anthem. So it just made me really upset because I'm like, you know, we have other pressing issues, the economic downturn that is going on in the country, the hardship. And for the masses, the ordinary masses, this does not even make any sense to them. From the video we watched, the president said that the old national anthem speaks about service, about diversity, and commitment and the likes. But Arise, O Compatriots. Who are compatriots? People of the same country. Read the lyrics of Arise, O Compatriots. It is also unifying. I don't think this is our problem. Honestly,
call of being.
Yes, it is unifying as well. And like you mentioned, this the old national anthem that we are now using was created or composed by a British citizen. This, our now old national anthem, Arise, O Compatriots, was composed by Nigerians. Somebody even said, just on a lighter note, you know this Timi Dakolo's Great Nation. Somebody said...
I said it on Monday.
Oh, you said it?
Like, me, I said it. I said they should pack the two aside, safe. Because if you are really looking for
the depth in that music.
And it's not only the depth. For every time I have sung that song, tears have come down my eyes. Like you feel the chills.
Yes.
There's something deep about that song. So if you truly are saying that the national anthem is the problem, Timi Dakolo has done a fantastic job. That song, let me tell you, it's an inspiration from heaven. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Because there's no... Even talking about it, I'm having goosebumps.
Me too.
That is how much Timi, that's what's it called? Great Nation is. So if you truly say, okay, maybe it is the national anthem that is causing the what's it called, disunity and all of that, then maybe we should just pack these two aside.
Exactly.
And then find something that you know that can really help us.
I agree.
Well, let me hear your thoughts, Mercy. Then I'll come to you, Mary. Mary is indifferent.
Yes. Well, just like you said, I mean, you two are indifferent, and that's fine. It's not like it would have been a problem. But my concern is about some of the arguments following this, you know, going back to the national anthem. It's the argument. And one of them is that, you know, it would foster, if you look at it, it has some element of unity, symbolizes unity and, you know, growth and what have you. Right? And I ask, so if you're saying that that's what it is, that means you're identifying our problem. I'm trying to be very rational here. You have identified that we have a problem of lack of unity, poverty, and all of that. So the question is, does this national anthem, reverting to this national anthem, solve our problem? I would cite another example. I don't know, those who are Christians, you can be a Christian. And you know what it is. Those who are Christians, you have the Bible, and those who are Muslims have the Quran. And you know that it is enough for you to read the Bible and not do what the Bible says. And reading the Bible does not just make you a Christian. So the thing is not, it's not in the doing, it's not in what
not
we
in
lip
the
sing.
music,
It's
yeah.
not in our lip service, it's not in the song that we sing. It doesn't matter. It couldn't matter less to anybody if we changed it to wherever it is. But we're looking at the reason, we're looking at the excuses that have been given. And you're saying that, okay, this is why we're changing the anthem because this is what it is. And we're saying, typically, we go to church. How many people practice what they preach? The Bible, the scriptures that they read, how many people do, including the governors and the president, who are here dragging them to go to court every day. They were holding them up and down, asking them to be accountable, to even uphold the constitution that they swore to protect the constitution, to protect the state. We're holding them accountable. So how does just mere going back to, you know, a national anthem that has some colonial heritage, you know, strengthen and, you know, make us better, a better people.
All of a sudden
and when we sing that song now, and I love you as a person, I love you despite the fact that you're not, maybe you're Yoruba, I love you despite the fact that you're from Igbo.
Yeah.
How does that even unite us? I want to know. The things that are dividing us as a country every day, we fold our arms and look at it. Go to Twitter and see the wars that we have on social media. We tear ourselves apart, and here we are making excuses. I'm getting very emotional. You know, we're making excuses about going back to a national anthem that, you know, we adopted a new national anthem in 1960 because we wanted to say, hey, it reflects, it symbolizes the fact that we have gained independence and sovereignty. It means that you are free, you are independent, you have a right to choose and take your own decision. It is really saddening to see that we don't even pay attention to the things that matter. You know, since I was born, and now I'm getting old, we have been hearing stories of how this country will change and how things are getting better. But I doubt if my generation will be alive to see that. And it's really saddening to think that lawyers, it didn't take them how many minutes to pass this into law.
Exactly.
It was so speedily done.
Sudden.
I don't know if that's a correct way to put it, but the speed at which it went through. I mean, let's be very rational. We couldn't be bothered, but we're saying, guys, is this really a problem? How does this even change the problem? Look at the election and see the divide and the disunity. Where every other time we're divided towards, oh, you say, oh, you're Igbo, you're that. But when we go to patronize ourselves, do I ask you are Igbo or you're Yoruba or you're Hausa?
You are on the hospital bed. You first of all ask the doctor,
Never. What's your tribe?
Where's your tribe? Before you go treat, you go see God forever, and God go slap you. Say, so you know collect treatment. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, it's emotional, right? When you say to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith, the labor of our heroes past will not be in vain. Let me tell you something. If you want to talk about lyrics, the old national, I mean this, I don't even know.
Is it confusing?
But I don't even know because it's not confusing, right? The reinstated, let me use that word. The reinstated national anthem. Yes, it is good, right? But if you listen to the what's it called? The anthem that we grew up with, the Arise, O Compatriot anthem, and the second stanza that people don't usually, O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youths the truth to know. It was all inclusive.
No, it was more unifying.
Do you understand? So that's why I say, you know, I don't want to give myself headache. That's why I'm following Mary today.
Maybe I'll just follow Mary, so I don't.
Because listen, I have searched my head, right? Because if you want to say, oh, lyrics, if you want to say lyrics, read that Arise, O Compatriot to the second stanza. Don't stop at just the first one. Do everything. The lines. It is all inclusive. You're asking for love, you're asking for faith, you're asking for guidance, you're asking that all our labor will not be in vain, that everything we're doing, I mean, so what exactly do they want? But Mary, why are you indifferent?
Well, I'm indifferent because, like we've all said, the problem of the country is not the national anthem. But, however, change will always, bring about different opinions. And the new, old anthem
the reinstated
anthem, there's nothing wrong with it. If we're going to compare lyrics side by side, to be honest, to be very honest, this speaks as well, as Nigerians. And I know, even saying this here, I know it's not true, but then I just want to say it because it's just one step in, the right direction. Our president is leading us. So, our anthem is like a banner that we carry, on our chest. There are affirmations, that you stand as a Nigerian, as a citizen of Nigeria. This is like your, motto kind of thing. And if what you say to yourself every day is not something that is uplifting, is not something that is unifying, as he has said, then where would we be going as a nation? So yes, it might seem very insignificant concerning the, suffering of today, but even when you're learning in terms of like law of attraction and all of that, you are not where you want to go yet before you start affirming where you want to be. So yes, this is an affirmation as Nigerians, and if we say this dedicatedly, slowly and surely, the change that we seek will come. Let's just be patient. I've taken it to a
On that note,
Mary.
You're saying that we should affirm backwards. We should affirm to
Wait,
the hands of our colonial
No.
masters. No, that's what you're saying.
Read
Calm
the
down.
meaning.
Let's go and
Read
drink
the
water.
meaning.
Wait,
No,
wait, I
it's
don't
not about the
digest what
meaning.
she's
It's not
saying.
about the meaning. It's not about the meaning.
She's about to
The
aspire
fact
to
is that
perspire. Let's go and drink water. Wait.
Let's
We'll come
aspire
back.
and go back to the
We're not
colonial
going
hands.
back.
In
We're
short, let's
moving
invite Britain
forward.
to come and colonize
Colonize us
us
again.
so that we can move forward.
We'll see you after the break. Stay with us.
One other factor that has fueled this inexorably is the almighty sea in the room, in the compunction. And what is the almighty sea? You and I know it. It is corruption in high places. A very grave disadvantage of a poor naira run like we have is that poverty will be exacerbated. Unemployment will go up the roof. You know, as a matter of fact, historically, as a student of economics, evidence has really confirmed that the trajectory of the poverty that I have just stated to you in Nigeria relates loyally to the curve of the depreciation of the naira.
All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we're having a conversation around Nigeria's revert to the what's called the old national anthem. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also call our line. The number to call is 07025007749. That's the number to call. Remember, when you call, do turn down the volume of whatever device it is that you are listening in from so that we do not get a feedback. We look forward to your call, honestly speaking, because this matter tire me. I'm just waiting for 7:55, 8:55. Let me go to my house because it doesn't make any sense. So, Messi, so I hear what Mary is saying, and I understand where you're coming from. Because again, those are the arguments that, and if you truly look deep, this matter is very deep. You know why I say so? A Nigerian would approach a government official to say, you know what, this is the dream that I have. These are the aspirations that I want to do. How can government help my vision, help my dream to come to reality? And you're shoved aside. You're not even giving audience.
Yeah.
A foreigner comes into this country and the foreigner says, this, that. So go and check. Now, if you go on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you will see all those buildings that they are building, all those new structures of industries, manufacturing companies and all of those. Most of those properties are owned by foreigners, Chinese, Lebanese, and if you check all the prime locations within Lagos, in terms of restaurants and all of those things, it is foreigners that own them.
True.
Why I'm saying this is that, sometimes you begin to, it's like an abuser. You begin to kind of empathize or whatever, because you are so used to that thing, you forget that there's something a lot deeper. Because there's a way somebody would groom you. Mm-hmm. You don't see it anymore as an abuse.
Exactly.
You're now seeing the person as your savior.
Yeah.
This is where the argument of the people that have said that us reverting to this old national anthem or the reinstated national anthem is us going back. You understand? Because that's why I'm saying that if the problem were the anthem in itself, we have other options, right? So now, conspiracy theory. Who brought this Arise of Compatriot? It was Obasanjo.
I can't remember. 1978.
No, I hear it was Obasanjo. Well, we have
was
to
it
go and check the
military?
history.
Was military era?
We'll go and check the history.
No, okay, this current, which one?
Arise of Compatriot.
So I want also
that we adopted
because
in 1960.
1978. 1978.
This Nigeria we held we adopted in 1960.
When we gained
this
independence.
other one
When we gained
1978.
independence from the.
So the argument
British.
now is that, are you sure that this is also not a political ego thing? You understand? I want to do what it is that I want. You understand? Just because maybe I don't like the person that did this thing. Because there are just too many, as I said, it's conspiracy theory. There are just too many angles to look at it from. But in all honesty, why we decide to say it is national anthem. So comedians have been giving me a laugh.
I've seen a
since
lot
all
of
this
skits.
thing. Skule Remy did his own video, say, doing things. That he's
Doing things.
He's saying that as it is now, since we don't solve the national anthem problem, dollar will come down. Another comedian, Clint the Drunk, I saw his video saying that, in fact, that Arise is the problem. That's why all our dollar be rising. So it's good that we are hailing. That now that we are hailing, let's hail it so that it will come down back,
Please come down.
But I mean, that's why I say that Nigeria is actually a fun place to be.
That's our coping mechanism.
It's our coping mechanism.
we always find humor in everything.
You know
and
what?
that's one of the things about
I love about Nigerians.
The kind of things that we're going through in this country. I don't think some countries would survive it. They wouldn't survive it.
Some countries would have gone to war.
They cannot. But we small thing like this, we have joy. We have joy.
We find joke in everything.
We just find joke in everything.
That's why
and
we
that's
can't regulate
thing.
social media.
They tried, but they couldn't.
But you also see where, this is also another thought that I had. Like we said again, we will still say that it's not a problem. If you think that the previous anthem that we have is a problem, then there are options. We can choose amongst the available option, but not going back, right? So we've suggested, a lot of people are actually, I think I saw a poll where a lot of people are supporting Timi Dakolo's Great Nation. And that song is fantastic. It's an amazing one. Now, we also have the option of maybe we should budget funds. We could have budgeted for, even if they wanted to budget 1 billion.
Budget?
Let somebody,
for a composer.
for somebody to sing that
Really?
new anthem. No, I am just saying, and you should know what I mean, right?
That's an
This is
excuse
me just
for
being
us.
No, she's just,
sarcastic.
exactly.
You should get it. I'm just trying to say that. Even if we had, said, okay, let's get another anthem, on a lighter note now, on a serious note, if we said, let's get another anthem, it would have even been better that, okay, we need to compose something else, right? My point is, we're here every other time saying that we are not self-sufficient as a country. We have not been taught, and even as individuals, I think we also grapple with the fact that we don't literally look inwards, and that's why we're always tilting towards borrowing to solve our problems. We're always running to the big brother of the world. Whenever we have problems, we are crying, and they're telling us how to, run our economy, what to do and what not to do. And that's, what happens for Africa. And I think over time I've heard the conversation saying, let's, buy, grow, what do I call it again? And
Buy Nigeria, grow Nigeria.
Exactly. Buy Nigeria, grow Nigeria. They say, let's begin to consume our own, what we produce, what we make. Let's be self-sufficient. Let's be proud in what we have. Does it show that we are tilting? I'm just trying to,
So some
point
of
out.
let's even bring out some of these problems that we have. They say we have cultural and social concerns, right? And part of it is identity and national unity, right? Again, because if you listen to why the president is, deciding to revert back to the old national anthem, right? Identity and national unity. There's something in that Timi Dakolo's song. Here we stand as a people with one voice for one cause. We don't have a one cause in this country. We don't have one voice in this country. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the challenges we have in Nigeria are caused by these people in the political space. Because why? It is only in disunity that a lot of the political agendas that are flying all over the place can stand.
Yeah.
If Nigerians decide to stand as one voice for one cause, just like we saw with the NSAS in 2020, you would see that there would be some level of direction. So if we say that identity and national unity is one of the challenges that we're trying to fix by reverting to reinstate this old national anthem, then this doesn't solve the problem, right? It doesn't solve the problem. Because the problem we have with Nigeria is the fact that a lot of us as Nigerians, we see ourselves under tribal lines. We see ourselves under religious lines. We see ourselves under, ethnic lines. We don't see ourselves as Nigerians first. So that's why most times when you call me, it's very difficult for me to tell you where I'm from. Because I could care less where you're from. So there are deep-seated issues, right? First of all, we need to disengage our minds away from the people that colonized us. We start to see people so when we see a white man, we feel at the back of our mind, he's more superior, even when they do not even have anything to offer, right? So all of those things are deep-seated issues that need a lot of mental transformation, mind transformation, or complete overhaul. Do you get what I'm saying? When we solve that problem, then we now go back to say, okay, what are the things that have been dividing us? A lot of people are hungry. A lot of people, they are angry. A lot of people feel that they don't feel governance. It's almost like sometimes governance is for a few. So, these are issues. If I feel like you care for me, and whatever you are doing, you're fighting for my safety, you're fighting for my comfort and all of that, I will stand by you no matter where you're from.
Spot on.
So I don't understand. I'm trying to see today. I tried to not be upset about it. I said, okay, let me keep an open mind. But for the causes, the reasons you're saying that you're reverting to this, these things still exist. They won't leave because you changed the language.
Absolutely. And just like what Mercy said, so in the reinstated national anthem, there's a part that said we are divided by tribe I can't remember what exactly it was.
I really like us to go through the word.
Because it's actually...
It's really not as bad as we're making it seem.
Compared to a
it says Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land.
Go to the divided by
and tongue may
differ.
Tribe and tongue
that
may
is already
differ.
It's already causing some form of
but
disunity.
They're different tribes. How is that causing form of disunity?
You don't have to state it because it's already a problem.
Something
Go to social media. Yoruba is fighting Igbo. Yeah,
okay,
we don't have to put it out there. Exactly, it's causing more disunity
in our systems. You understand?
It's causing more division than unity.
Bessie, I have said this thing several times.
Why don't we scrap that one first?
I said if you want to stop disunity, don't ask people to fill forms and say state of origin.
Why don't we start from that one?
It's little things like this that causes big things.
In brotherhood, we stand.
The sisters are complaining.
Exactly. Feminists. We need to actually need to look through the lyrics. It is anti-feminist, actually.
Mary, anywhere you go. We will counter. Continue. In brother, we'll start continue.
Oh yeah, go ahead now. You said we should go through it.
All am proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Fathers are
complaining. They have been marginalized.
No,
justice for the fathers. So yes, to me, I just feel that it will cause more disunity, especially when you keep singing it. And
it can't cause more disunity.
Are teaching their children, teaching their students
lyrics in Nigeria with different tribes. That
You
is
don't have
already a fact.
Oh, yes.
Do you now
Do you know
want
how
to say
social
all of
media
us
is
should
on
now
this
speak
Okay, so
one
Yeah.
language?
let's bring it back home.
Do you want to say all
How
of
will
us should
this
speak one
impact
language?
children? Because again, I
They
don't
will-
think they thought it through.
Yeah, young children.
Young children
They
are
will
in
learn it
school.
now.
They've been.
I
No,
do
but
envy them.
so
Is
what
it that
is?
you don't think there's any sense in this?
What's the
words?
sense? Try to make us
It's
because
not
we've been
necessary.
trying to understand for the past. It's almost 1 hour now. We're trying to understand.
Nigeria,
and
we
cannot
hail
understand.
thee.
Hail thee as what?
I think you should go to Twitter more often and see the
No, it's not even a.
the
No,
fights
it's not
going
it's not
on there
about the
on-
going to Twitter and all of that. It's the fact that let's call a spade a spade. We're saying we're not dragging issue. We say you want to change Anthem. No wahala, change it. But please, you see this argument that you're bringing. Peradventure, they just woke up and say, let's go back to the old anthem because we would like to go back and sing it. And we like how, it sounds. You know, it's very orthodox. It has this thing,
Finesse.
if they give those kind of arguments, I would actually agree with them. But don't come and tell me that, it's supposed to foster...
Uti says, how many
It's a
compatriots
step
are
in
left in Nigeria? Uti,
So
you
Uti,
and
are
I,
you for or against?
You and I enough. Uti, you and I are enough. Is how many compatriots have left? All these compatriots, they have jackpot. But hey, let's take a comment. I think Mercy, you can take that comment, or who is available to read it?
Yeah, whoever sees it quickly.
Okay, I can see it here. Give me a second. Personally, I don't like the old national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, or its meaning. It was created by British expatriate Lillian Jean Williams. Babatunde Ogunaike wrote the song Arise, O Compatriots, while Pa Odiase, of blessed memory, the Nigerian police band's music director at the time, composed the song. We must support the work of our fellow brothers. If it requires modification, we must assemble our exceptional talents to create a new piece. Our priorities do not lie in this, given the level of insecurity in Nigeria right now. An anthem is completely meaningless and, dare I say, inconsequential. Regarding its priorities, the government must take them seriously. We must free ourselves from colonial shackles. This comment is from Ejiro Jaden.
Absolutely. Then there's one more
We
comment.
have another one. It says,
Okay.
Good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying? #ways. Nigeria reverts to old national anthem. Let us be honest and sincere to ourselves. Is the national anthem our main problem now? Why can't we face our main problems and solve them immediately without delay? I don't care even if they refer us back to the old national anthem. It is okay by me. Thank you, Daniel. But on the other hand, let us get a good national anthem that will suit us and our great country, Nigeria. We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. Why can't we face them and solve them immediately? My dear beautiful sister Owa made mention of when someone is used to something, it is very difficult to change. My dear beautiful sisters in the studio, you all look beautiful and good looking. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You.
Daniel
Thank you,
Reyes.
Daniel.
Regular fan. So, see, let me tell you something, ladies. You see, I'm just looking at the time. Let the time be going.
Oh,
because
really?
I'm tired.
See the time.
Don't be tired of your nation. Your
No,
nation.
Don't say we are tired.
Your nation, Nigeria.
So,
Are we going to
Stand.
change the flag?
no.
What about the
Mercy.
pledge?
Exactly.
Let's change everything
No,
now.
so why did we leave the pledge as well?
Wait.
No, they need to change it.
Because there's
They
no
change
uniformity.
everything.
To be very honest, it doesn't make sense. It's like you saying you have this person is now okay. So we have some element of British inheritance or whatever it is, and then we now have.
They say
part
the
in Nigeria.
only constant thing in life
It's
is
change.
right?
we can
let us
change forward.
embrace
Should we
the
change
change.
backwards?
So, I mean, but going forward, right? If you were to be put in the position of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what would be your priority? What would be the number one thing you would say that this is what I would fix, and you would follow through with it?
Are you asking me?
Okay, so she says electricity. How about you?
Same thing. I wouldn't come up with 10-point agenda, 8-point agenda. No agenda. The focus will just be to fix power. Let's just have power first. Maybe even if we use 4 years to fix power, let's just fix it small. Even if we want to start from one state, you say we start from Lagos. Lagos has light. We move to another state. Let's just move like that. At least in 4 years, we'd have covered 36 states plus the FCT. We have power. Then another person can come and now say, we want to fix roads. let's fix one thing.
How about you?
So I agree with the both of them because, like I said, we've not had light in 7 days and it is stressing me out. But just to add, I think I would solve the economic hardship of the people. I mean, I know it's broad, but I mean, create profitable jobs that would actually help people to have a good life, like be able to afford basic things, to cater to them and their
So
families.
I was talking to someone, right? I said to them that Nigeria is a brand.
You see,
Do you understand? So when you have a brand, when you have a product, and the product has failed, what do? You bring in strategists. You sit down. You go back to the drawing table. Okay, we had a plan before. The plan is not working, so let's re-strategize. How do we rebrand this product and bring it back, and it will now become a hit? That's the goal. Nigeria is a brand, right? And the brand right now, in some climes, right, they have looked at it that this brand, there's so much uncertainty about this brand. There's so much insecurity. There's so much, there's just so many uncertainty. I mean, Uti sent a post this evening about Huggies with pulling out of Nigeria. Wow. We've had so many companies that have come with so many millions of dollars to invest, and they've left. Why? Because of those uncertainties, right? So if you, people would think, because, I mean, I believe a lot of people say that Tinubu is a strategist, right? Because he's very strategic in his move, political strategist and all of that. You would think that your biggest sell as a politician, right, is the product. Your biggest sell is, it is word of mouth, right? That's why politicians take out time to do all those stomach infrastructure, because it's word of mouth that eventually gives you those votes, right? So if you are in the position where you were already disadvantaged because it seemed like a lot of people were against your ascending into power, well, how would you be thinking in terms of what is the most difficult thing about this brand that is putting us in a bad light? That is how you should be thinking. And say, okay, you know what? This brand requires power. This brand requires this. This brand requires that, Then intentionally, you do those things. So I'm tired of how we are very quick. There is a problem. This tree is bringing out rotten plants or rotten fruits. And you go every day, you're spraying insecticide on the rotten fruit or spraying whatever, herbicides or whatever. What are you supposed to face? You go to the root and treat it from there. My father had a guava tree in his compound that was bringing out very horrible looking guavas. He called the what do they call them? The horticulturists, what do they call them? And they started injecting that tree with something. If you taste that guava, very juicy, very big. Those guavas are white inside. It is the same principle. Nigeria has a lot of potential, but we have a lot of challenges. Insecurity is killing us. People are mining our mineral resources, our natural resources. They are milking. Let me tell you something. The fact that insecurity is lingering this long, a lot of people are benefiting from it.
Sure.
So I would think that as a government, you would focus on the things that would help your brand. See, we could care less in the end. If you came to say you want to even say, that's the national anthem, nobody would
not care.
Because at that point, we are seeing that, yes, there are active plans.
They're working.
You understand? You're seeing the results. And it is not a difficult thing to fix Nigeria. What Nigeria needs are leaders that are truly honest and they have the willpower to say, you know what, we want to face, because they know where this problem is. They know where the root source of some of these challenges are. But they are refusing to do it. Because again, a lot of people are benefiting from the failed system. You walk into a civil service office, they refuse to use computers. Why? Because if they continue to sign paper with their hand, that is the only way they can alter numbers.
True.
They're begging me that we need to go. Messi, you wanted to say something?
But this is what I wanted to say. You can't. I mean, there's nothing that is absolute. You just have relative. So, to this side, to the other side. I was previewed to be part of the, the tax reform, the presidential committee that's set up for reforming our fiscal policy and, you know, taxation and what have you. And I know that, you know, this is not the first time. Every president and every administration has these reforms and all of that. The thing is, just like with this president, I mean, I sat down to hear the proposal that, you know, that they are proposing. But the point again is we have too many policies. You know, there might be lofty ideas at the end of the great plans, but what's the implementation? The truth has always been that our leadership is a major problem. Where you have a system and the people do not have a will. If you have a will, if we say we want to move this table, we will move it.
Together. Yeah.
And that's simple. If we want to fix this country, we will fix it. It's that simple. There's no two ways about it. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science.
On that note, Sheyi of life, Mercy of life, Mary, the indifferent one. Thank you, ladies. I think we had a great conversation. Yeah, unfortunately, the Lord is with us. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we hail thee.
Nigeria, we hail thee.
We hail thee. Now remember to follow us across all our social media handles, like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. If you missed our quote for today, here it is again. A person without the knowledge of their past history, origin, culture is like a tree without roots. Right? This was from Marcus Garvey. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m., you know, as we bring another great conversation to your screen.